I'll see the title. Now, right, that tax season is over. Are we back to backbiting each other? Right? Are we back to backbiting each other? I've seen it. I hate it. I wish we weren't like that, but we are. Um, because we don't search the old paths where the good way is, which the Lord told us, and that is to learn the oracles of the Lord, right? Because you have to renew your mind. Our mindset is to backbite, you know what I mean? And the Lord teaches us those things that we ought not to do towards Him and towards our neighbor, right? And the church, which is the people, should teach you that. I see this slogan going around, we left church, not God. You absolutely left God when you left the church. I'm going to say that again. You absolutely left God when you left the church, because the church has to teach you. You're not going to teach yourself, right? You don't want the things of the Lord. Naturally, right? It's our sinful nature. So get with the body. Anyway, so as I was praying in the spirit, I asked the Lord, what is the solution to our problem, right? It says the root of money, the root of all evil, the root of all evil is the love of money. So the root to your evil is 99% of the time money, right? What else gets in between us, sis and cis, man, which never should be. But it happens. But 99% of the time it's money. So what is the solution to that root of evil? And what he brought me to, the simplicity in Christ, is restitution, right? Restitution. It's simple, right? He has simple processes. You shall make restitution for everything that was lent to you, everything. Let's just talk about it. Only His word can tell us, right? I don't want to use my words. Exodus 22. Verse 1. It says, if a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox and 4 sheep for a sheep. See, that's simple restitution. If a thief be found breaking up or be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him, right? If somebody break into my house, it's daytime, I'm gonna show you a principle, right? Somebody broke into my house at night, he busted through there, boom, I shot him, boom, he dead. It said it be smitten that he died, there shall no blood be shed for him. And that was your folks. Y'all like to do that all the time. You know this boy is a murderer, right? You know you're a murderer. You know you're a robber or stealer. He broke in such and such house, right? Broke in my crib. Boom, kicked the door, boom, I shot that gun, he's dead. Now his folks in them mad. You can't come looking to shed the blood of those innocent people, right? Because he out here doing wrong. No blood should be shed for him, but that's not the mindset of the people. That's why you have to be taught the oracles of God. No blood shall be shed for him. Watch this, if the sun be risen upon him when he breaking in my house, it's broad daylight, he's breaking into my crib. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be bloodshed for him. You understand this, right? God's principle is that we should have respect to every man's life. Every man's life. It's dark. I don't know. I don't see you. I don't know what's going on. But if it's broad daylight and you break into my crib, and if I can preserve your life, I should preserve your life, because a child of God should have respect unto life. So if you broke into this house and we was able to disarm you, we shouldn't shoot to kill. You shouldn't shoot to kill, is what that principle is. But the heart of man is wicked continually and will shoot to kill broad daylight. It says in verse 3, I'm going to read it again. If the sun be risen upon him, there shall be blood shed for him, for he should make full restitution, right? Or if he have nothing, then he shall be sold. He should be sold for his theft. If the theft be certainly found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. So the principle of God is always restitution. You broke in here, you took my PS5, and I see you running out the door with the PS5. You're going to give me my PS5, and you're going to give me another PS5, God said. You're going to restore double. You should. It's the principle of restitution, right? Verse 5, if a man shall cause a field or vineyard to be eaten, and shall put in his beasts, and shall feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. So if I had a cornfield, and if you had a cornfield too, and I'm walking down the street and I let my dog loose in your vineyard, and my dog start just mauling through your corn, right? You, as the neighbor, you should make full restitution for the thing that your beast did. It's always about restitution with God. If verse 6, 22 and 6, if excuse me, if fire break out and catching thorns, so that the stacks of corn or the standing corn or the field be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. It's all about restitution with God. You shall surely make, right? And you know your child set that fire down the street. We shall make full restitution, especially if they are under the age accountability of, the Bible says 20 years old. The age of accountability is 20. Because if you have to, one would say, well, the father shall not pay for the children's sins, and the children shall not pay for the father's sins. Yes, don't take it out of context. It's with the context. So if I had a beast and my beast destroys some of your property and I have to pay for the things that the beast did, how much more your own child? It's smart guys. Anyway, verse 27. It says, if a man shall deliver unto his neighbors money, right, or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of the man's house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. All about restitution with God. Verse 8, 22 and 8, if the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. So we should have elders. We should have elders to judge between man and man. It's like, just like Moses was, and he had 70 elders, captains over hundreds, captains over 50s, captains over thousands, captains of the neighborhood. You got neighborhood watch, right? And it says, if I delivered unto you money or stuff to keep, whatever it is that people, can you hold this for me? And you say, man, my cousin, he a thief, he done broke in, he stole everything, girl. That's what we do. He stole everything. It said, if the thief be not found, and we can't find your cousin. Look at the principle of God. It's not our way. His ways are higher than our ways. We would never do this, right? And this is the problem. This is what causes division within our community. If you said your cousin came in there and took what I gave unto you, It says, if the thief be not found, then the master of the house shall be brought unto the judges to see whether he hath put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. Because it's always going to be that doubt, like, man, she lying. I know she lying. You know what I mean? So we bring this before, the elders, and to see if you're lying, basically. For all manner of trespasses, whether it be for ox or for ass, for sheep, for raiment, or for any manner of lost thing which another challenges to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whom the judges shall condemn, he shall pay double unto his neighbor. It's still your job to make restitution for your neighbor. God don't want to hear it. It's your job to make restitution, right? It says, if a man deliver unto his neighbor an ass or an ox or a sheep or any beast to keep it, and it die, or be hurt, or be driven away, no man seeing it. No man seeing it, right? I said, I'm going on a trip. You can watch my dog for the weekend, right? And it says it died, or it was hurt, or it ran away, and no man seen it. It says, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both. Then you should say, right? We use the term so loosely nowadays. I swear to God, ain't nobody take your dog, Shauna. I don't know what happened to your dog. I don't know. I know you left it with me, Shauna. I swear to God. We use that term, we swear to God, so loosely. It's not even funny, and it's not serious, because it's serious because this is an oath that you're making between me, you, and God, that you're not lying, right? And it shouldn't be said so loosely. It says, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them both, that he have not put his hands into his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept thereof. If you swore to the Lord, I had to accept that, because you shouldn't do that loosely, right? Where are we at? And the owner of it shall accept thereof, and you shall make it good. All right, we cool. You swore to the Lord, right? This is not something that should be normal, right? So we good. We brown. It says, and if it be stolen from him, he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. It didn't matter if you claim, I left it with you, sis. I left it with you. He said, you shall make restitution. You gonna pay for my dog. You gonna give me another dog. 2 dogs. But that's not our mindset, see? Why his ways are higher than our ways? Because you like, F me. I know you are. It says, if it be torn in pieces, then let him bring it for witness, and it shall make, and he shall not make good that which was torn. And if you're claiming it got hit by a car and I buried it, blah blah, go get it, dig it up for a witness, so that you can settle your neighbor's conscience, because it's all about restitution with God, right? It says, and if a man, 22 and 14, and if a man borrow anything of his neighbor's, and it be hurt or die, the owner thereof being not with it, he shall surely make it good, right? It doesn't matter to God. I let you hold it. You're claiming, I lost it. God said, make restitution. But if the owner thereof be with it, he shall not make it good. If it be a hired thing, it came for his hire. We'll jump down to verse 25. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be to him as a usurer, neither shalt thou lay upon him usury. Right? But that's what we do. That's what we do to each other. We already are oppressed. We already poor. Why does our nation oppress each other in matters like this? Right? And I say we can't ask anybody from our nation. We can't say, cuz let me borrow $20, right? Because we're so oppressed by each other. We always end that question with, and I'll give you 30 back, right? Let me borrow 20, I'll give you 30 back. The Lord said you shall not do that to each other. That's usury. If thou at all take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him by the sun goeth down. I don't know, our generation, we didn't do that. You're not borrowing anything of mine. No shirt, no shoes. Like, sis, what you mean? I don't. But if, because y'all do that, y'all share clothes. If you lent sis a white shirt for the all-white party that's happening, you should give her her shirt immediately, because y'all find the smallest matters to beef over. She ain't give me my shirt. Girl, sit down. But y'all find the smallest matters to beef over. And all God wants you to do is just make restitution and be accountable for your actions, or inactions. It says, for that is his covering only. It is his raiment for his skin, wherein shall he sleep. And it shall come to pass when he crieth unto me that I will hear. Right? For I am gracious. I mean, if they are crying out to the Lord for something that you did not give back, whether it be money, whether it be a raiment, whether it be somebody's, the ox or the ass, because that was used. In the last verse we read, it says, you shall make it good. If it be a hired thing, it came for its hiring. The ox was used to plow the field. So yes, I'm going to cry to the Lord about that, because I need that. That's how I make my money. The ox plow off my field, and you talking about it died. God said you shall make full restitution. That's my shirt. That was the shirt I slept in, right? You shall make full restitution. That was my money. 9 times out of 10, y'all, when we helping y'all, yeah, we got it within our possession right then and there, but know that it was for something. That was my electric bill money, right? And you was in dire need of it. You know what I mean? If I don't make this car payment, they're gonna come take my car. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. I gave it to you, but I do need it back. You know what I mean? Keep that in mind when people lend y'all things. Like, I need that back. I'm gonna show y'all something though in that. So if you can't give without, as God says, seeking for nothing in return. If you can't give it, then don't. Because we're going to have matters like this. Let's keep moving. Exodus. Now let's go to Leviticus. Leviticus 25. I'll read 25 through 27. If thy brother be waxen poor, and have sold away some of his possession, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. And if a man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it, then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return into his possession. It's all about restitution with the Lord. If I left, say I was your roommate, and I got locked up or something, and everything is still in, my room. I've been going for a year. You need to rent out that room to somebody else, because hey, obviously you were renting these rooms out. You rented it to me because you needed that extra income, right? And what you gonna do with my stuff, right? Remember, we just read, it doesn't matter, it was left in your possession, right? It says, if thy brother be waxing poor and he has sold away some of his possession, of any of his kin come to redeem it, and my peoples come, right? And say, hey, I need Shauna's stuff. And you go, man, I ain't got it. I got rid of that stuff. The Lord, it don't work like that. And that's why y'all go through what y'all go through. I'm trying to tell you, because it's all about restitution with the Lord. It says, and if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. You got to give it to my folks, right? And if you don't have the stuff that was left there, you better have some money from my folks. And if the man have none to redeem it, he himself be able to redeem it, you know what I mean? Then let him count the years of the sale thereof, and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return it to his possession. It's all about restitution. You have to make that restitution. Watch this. So, Leviticus 25 and 35, right? Because it's about to go into, the fields. The Lord has this thing called the year, the Jubilee, the year of return, the year of redemption. Every 7 years, you are to, nothing was sold forever. Like, if it was your possession, the Lord said, give the people back unto their possessions, right? You can't, he's about to go into the field of, okay, I was waxing poor that year. I was poor, I needed some money. I sold you that. You are able to keep it and make money off that possession for 7 years. After the seventh year is the year to release. You are to give the people back their possessions. And that's what he's about to go through. About the fields, the vineyards, the houses, whatever that was sold. Verse 35, 25 and 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, right? Then thou shalt relieve him, right? If you see your neighbor, he lost his job. He lost his job. He going through a lot right now, right? It says, you shall surely relieve him, yeah, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee, right? That's a whole nother topic. We can't even live with each other because we oppress each other there too. It's terrible. It says, take thou no usury of him or increase, but fear thy God. Fear God. There ain't no fear of God, and that's why y'all treat people the way y'all treat people. Because he said, if you see your brother, you see your sister, they going through trials and tribulations right now. They need somewhere to stay. You won't. It's a struggle to let them come into your home, and I get it. People wicked. I get it. But it says, when you do let these people live with you, God said, you shall not take of him usury or increase. Y'all charging these people. They just lost their job. It says, but fear God, that thy brother may live with you. Verse 37, thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury. He already lost his job, or she lost her job. You talking about, you already in my house, now you need money for food. Y'all terrible. Man, now you need money for food. It says, thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. I give you this, and when you do get your little unemployment check, y'all know how y'all act. Terrible. When you do get your little unemployment check, I need this back for the food, this for the space you renting, the air you charging them for the air you breathe. Y'all terrible. It says, I am the Lord your God. Verse 39. And if thy brother that dwelt by thee be waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant. Right? He better go find a job every day, just nagging at the person, nagging at her, But as a hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee. Y'all treat strangers better than y'all do your brothers and your sisters, your cousins. Like, y'all treat strangers better than that. The stranger can come and stay for 2 or 3 months. Let your brother or your nephew need somewhere to stay. You on the phone gossiping about them. They getting on my nerve. They stink, their kids running around. They don't say nothing. Y'all terrible. It says, but as a hired servant and as a sojourner, he shall be with thee and shall serve thee unto the year of the Jubilee. And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, unto the possession of his father shall he return. For they are my servants, which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, right? But shall fear thy God. Boy, y'all get these people in your houses and y'all terrible ruling over them with rigor. They wish they was in a cardboard box under a bridge. Real trap. It says, but you shall fear thy God. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids which thou shalt have shall be of the heathen that are round about you, right? And of them shall you buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall you buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begot in your land. And you shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever. But over your brethren, the children of Israel, you shall not rule one over another with rigor. Watch this. It says, and if a sojourner or stranger wax by thee, we still in Leviticus 25:47. If a sojourner or stranger wax rich by thee, and thy brother that dwelleth by him wax poor, and sell himself unto the stranger or sojourner by thee, or to the stock of the stranger's family, after he is sold, he may be redeemed again. One of his brethren may redeem him. So, we talk about slavery in the Bible. We have this Western mindset of what slavery is. And that's how these whites dealt with us. That's not what, as you see, what the intentions of the Creator was I gotta hurry up. So I'm not even gonna get into the slavery portion, but it says, let me drop down. Let's get into the slavery portion. We're not gonna get into the slavery portion because my phone about to die, but I'm gonna show y'all something really quick. And Deuteronomy 15. This is Deuteronomy 15. I'll read 1 through 15, right? We talked about, when you wax a party, the Lord has this thing called the year of Jubilee. It's the year of release. Let's just read it. Deuteronomy 15:1. At the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release. Right? This is what your creditors do. Every 7 years, they delete what's on your credit report. You know what I mean? The principles of the world come from the principles of God. They just distort it. They keep what they want to keep, and they do away with what they don't want to do, right? At the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth anything unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it of his neighbor or of his brother, because it is the Lord's release, because the Lord said, right? And you can't add unto or take away from what the Lord says. It says, of a foreigner thou may exact it again, but that which is thine with thine brother, thy hand shall release. You shall release it. But the people have read your book, and they do unto you what this is supposed to be your principles of life, what God showed you, but they do unto you what you should be doing unto yourselves. So because we are the strangers, and when we go borrow, right, they exact everything and add an increase, and upon usury they do that unto us, because we are the stranger, right? It says, of thy brethren it shall not happen. They don't do that to their brethren, huh? Y'all learned that with the PPP loans. Y'all learned that they want it back from you because you the stranger, right? Of their brethren, them people got millions for free written off. Anyway, it says, of the foreigner thou may exact it again, but that which is thine with thy brother, thy hand shall release, except when there shall be no poor among you. For the Lord shall greatly bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. This is only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day. For the Lord thy God blesseth thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over you, only if you listen, but we don't listen. And that's why we the tail, and they are the head, right? Verse 7, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shall surely lend him sufficient for his need, and that which he wanteth, right? Beware that thou be not of thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy brother, and thou givest him nothing, and he cry unto the Lord against you, right? It says, it shall be sin unto you. So, it says, when your neighbor come unto you, and you need to borrow, he said, let it not be, it says, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother, right? Beware that there be not a thought. Don't even think it in your wicked heart. He said, it's sin unto you when you don't do it. Verse 10, you shall surely give him, and thy heart shall be not grieved when thou givest unto him. Y'all be in violation of the Lord. I'm going to show you why. Because your heart grieved when you gave it to him. Like, ugh. He needs $60. You're groaning. Understand the Lord weighs the hearts. Thou shalt surely give him, and thy heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him. Because that for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works, and in all that thou puttest thy hand unto. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Remember, it says, you shall do all of this if there be no poor in the land, but there shall always be poor in the land. Therefore, I command you there, sir, ma'am, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, unto the poor, and to thy needy in thy land, right? I might have to make a part two of this. I'm going to show you something in Matthew. I'm going to show you something in the New Testament. It's the old is the new. The old is the new. The new is the old. It's all the same principles. It's the same God, right? It's the same God, and he changed not. He changed not. Watch this. Matthew 25:31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me. Then shall the righteous answer and say, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, verily, 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 I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these, my brethren, just one, you have done it unto me. Then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was a hungered, and you gave me no meat. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick, and in prison, and ye visited me not. Then shall they answer unto him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee a hungered, or thirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto you? Then shall he answer and say unto them, verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as you did it not to one of these at least, ye did it not to me. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. You see, so everything we just read in the Old Testament about you taking your brethren into your houses, you opening your hand wide to your brethren, for you making restitution unto it. He said, verily I tell you, when you did it not unto the least of these, my brother, you did it unto me. And that's why when you sin against your brethren, you sin against the Lord. I'm going to make a part two to this because there's so much more to it. Until then, shalom.